Hey there, today I'm going to be giving you a quick market update for the greater Seattle area for January of 2023. If you are looking for the most up-to-date information regarding what's going on in the real estate market here locally, then stick around because we're going to get after it right now. Hey there, I'm Jordan Reeder, your Seattle area real estate agent, and every week I drop content about everything that you need to know about moving to or living in the greater Seattle area. So I'm filming this video in the beginning of February of 2023, and since we have a little lag in the data each month, I'm going to be going over the January 2023 real estate market data for King County. Did home prices go up? How long did it take for properties to sell? Let's go ahead and jump into the data and find out. All right, the first piece of data we're going to look at is the percentage of list price, and that's when somebody lists a home for sale on the MLS. This data is going to show what percentage of that list price they're actually getting. Now, as a reminder, in a normal, healthy market, you should be looking somewhere in that mid to high 90% range. In King County, that percentage of list price for single-family homes you'll see in January of 2023 was sitting at 97.7%. For a little reference, 1 year ago today, you'll see all the way up here was 106.4%. That number is down around 10% from the same time last year. Now let's take a look at what's going on for condos. All right, now for condos, that percentage of list price you'll see here in January of 2023 was 97.8%. That's down from 102.6% the same time last year, as you'll see here. Now, by now, I'm sure that most people aren't surprised by this, right? If buyer demand stays low, then the amount that sellers are getting for their home will decrease, as you're seeing here. We will continue to track this over the course of the year. One other quick thing to note, that percentage of list price stat, it doesn't show any concessions given to or given by the seller to the buyer. So technically, sellers are netting even less, but that's something that we can't really quantify because the information is simply not available to us. It's fair to say that a lot of sellers are giving enough concessions to, say, cover like closing costs, lender fees, and prepaid items. I've noticed that that typically is about 1 to 1.5% of the purchase price. All right, so the next number we're going to look at is months of inventory, and that means that if no other inventory hit the market today, how long would it take for all of that inventory on the MLS to be sold off? In a normal balanced market, you're looking at that 4 to 6 month range. Now for King County in January of 2023, you'll see here that we're sitting at exactly 1 month of inventory. And for reference, the same time last year, we were at 0.3 months. Now that basically means that back a year ago, if no other inventory came on the market, it would take 10 days for all of that inventory in King County to be sold. So when you put it that way, you realize how crazy low of a figure that is. For condos in January 2023, we're sitting at 1.2 months of inventory. Same time last year, we were at 0.4 months of inventory. So the takeaway is this: months of inventory has been relatively stable over the past few months. You don't want to confuse this stat with actual inventory levels, meaning how many houses and condos are for sale on the MLS at any given time. This is simply showing the relationship between actual inventory and how many buyers are out there to buy them up. And now let's go over the third data point, and that is days on market before sale. And that's when a home hits the MLS, how long does it actually take to go under contract? Now for King County, the days on market before sale in January for single family homes, you'll see here is 45 days. Now that's up from 17 days the same time last year. For condos in King County, the days on market before sale here in January was 46 days, as you'll see here, and that's up from 32 days, which was the number back in January of 2022. So it's taking longer to sell here in Seattle. I think that as we come into spring, we're going to see some of these numbers start to head down again, or at least level off. But for right now, days on market before sale are trending upward. Now this is the big question: what are home prices doing here in King County? So we're looking at the median sales price for single family homes. For single family homes in King County for January of 2023 was $790,000. Now that's up from, as you can see, $779,950 from January of 2022. So not a lot, but some. All right, and for condos, the median sales price for January 2023, you'll see here, was $450,000. Again, the median sales price for the same time last year was $465,000. Will home prices keep dropping? That's the big question. First is we want to look at the trends. And home prices are trending downward right now, as you can see from the median price data. Now, the second thing I'm looking for is to fill in the gaps with what is happening on an economic level. So we look at what the Fed is doing on a monthly basis. We'll take a look at what interest rates are doing each and every week, and this is going to help us understand where the market is headed. But for right now, prices are still trending downward. We want to see these prices start to level off here in the spring and hopefully remain level until the end of 2023 and into 2024. And that's where we could see some reprieve on mortgage rates, which will drive some of that buyer demand. We just need to be patient to see where this data goes over the next 3 to 6 months. All right, so that's a perfect segue into probably the most important data to look at, and that's home inventory levels. And the reason why I say that it's most important is because, again, it's basic supply and demand. And so what we're looking at here is how many, like specifically the number of houses and condos that were on the market in January, and is that number increasing or is it decreasing? So looking at single family houses in King County for January of 2023, you'll notice there were 1,675 houses for sale on the MLS. Now that is up from 496 single family houses for sale the same time last year. All right, now condos in King County for January 2023, there were 617 condos for sale on the MLS. That's up from 279 condos for sale the same time last year in 2022. Again, it's important to note that this is the supply side of the picture, right? The other factors that we went over earlier, including days on market before sale, that shows the demand side of the picture. The key takeaway, supply is way up, demand is slower, of course, because buyers are so interest rate driven. Really keep an eye on mortgage rates and what they're doing on a weekly basis. This really changes how the market reacts. So will we be seeing more pain in 2023? It's a tough question to answer, but based on the data over the last quarter, I'm hoping to see most of these stats starting to level off. Our market is already down about 10% peak to trough. Now it obviously depends on the area that you're looking at, and although those declines are slowing down, they are still on a downward trend. Let's see if those trends can't level off a bit as we move into spring, and by that point we're going to have a much better idea of how the economic engine is running as we move into late 2023 and early 2024. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you are looking to move to the greater Seattle area or already live here and would like to discuss what this data means for you, I'm going to leave my contact information right here, so feel free to reach out to me anytime. You can also click on the links in the description to schedule a free call with me or to download my free PDF, Guiding People in Seattle from One Home to the Next using my Move Up method. It's a great resource for both buyers and sellers looking to move up to their next home, so be sure to check that out. And now that you know all the numbers and what's going on with the market here in Seattle in January of 2023, be sure to watch this video next, where I'm going to go over the 5 mistakes that I see buyers making in today's market and how you can avoid them. Again, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.